Looking expensive isn't about the money, it's about the details. In this video, I am going to give you quick, budget-friendly tips that's going to elevate your hygiene, your beauty, and your lifestyle. If you're new here, I'm Alexis Alizé, and I am all things beauty, wellness, feminine energy, and just manifesting your best life. So if you're into content like that, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this community. Now let's get into today's video. Okay, so let's get into topic number one, which is hygiene, which is the foundation of looking elevated. These are the little things that most women skip, but they actually make a big difference. Tip number one is that your hair holds smells, like no matter what it is. It can hold smells from food, from places that you've been. So you always want to make sure that your hair is smelling good, because especially if you're going up and hugging people, a lover, friend, or just walking by someone, a lot of times people can smell your hair. So my number one hack is put essential oil in your hairbrush. I just put a couple drops on my hairbrush, maybe like once or twice a week, but I do brush my hair daily. So I do make sure to clean out my hairbrush every time after I use it. I go ahead and clean it out, but cleaning out your hairbrush and brushing your hair every day is a hygiene hack in itself. But I'm telling you, Miss Girl, adding a few drops of essential oils would really make your hair smell beautiful and luscious and feminine and soft. I promise you do not need to go out here and buy an expensive hair perfume. I like to use rose essential oil because it really smells so soft and so feminine. But there's tons of different essential oils that you can use, but just put a couple drops in your hairbrush once or twice a week, but do make sure that you brush your hair with the hairbrush every day, and I promise it will make a big difference in the smell of your hair. Tip number two is dry brushing. I love dry brushing, and I fell off on doing it, and then I noticed like how much of a difference it was really making in my skin when I was being consistent in dry brushing. So I started adding dry brushing back to my routine. I'm sure most of you babes have heard about dry brushing, but if you haven't, it's like a handheld brush, and it's made for the body, and you literally brush your body before you get in the shower, and you brush it towards your lymph nodes. Like you can find videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube on how to properly dry brush. But this right here, first off, it like exfoliates your skin, so it keeps your skin buttery soft. It gets rid of all that dead skin cells. It helps with hyperpigmentation, because a lot of times hyperpigmentation can be lightened by just exfoliating. So dry brushing also helps with that. It gives you that nice buttery soft skin instead of that like rough and dry, especially if you have like dry patches all over your body. Try dry brushing. It's going to make a huge difference. But not only that, it also helps with blood circulation and just getting like your lymph nodes working and everything like that, so you won't feel so bloated and swollen and puffy all the time. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes my body just feels bloated and puffy. My face, sometimes even my arms. So just to get those lymph nodes working and that circulation going, dry brushing really helps. I love to dry brush my stomach, my thighs. To me, it just really helps keep me nice and slim, and just really gets rid of any extra swelling and puffiness that I might have. I don't care how pretty you are, having fresh breath makes a huge different. So not only are you brushing your teeth every day, you should also be flossing and tongue scraping. A lot of people are tongue scraping and brushing their teeth, but are you flossing? Flossing makes a huge difference in your hygiene, because when you are flossing, you're really getting that food that got stuck in between your teeth. And when that goes untouched, because the toothbrush can't always get in between those crevices, so when you leave that food there, then it starts to rot. And it's gonna have a smell, no matter if you brush your teeth twice, no matter if you use a mouthwash, that smell is gonna keep coming back because it is like embedded in your mouth at this point. So make sure you are flossing and scraping your tongue, along with brushing your teeth twice a day. Tip number four is to make sure that you are properly cleaning and washing areas that mostly go overlooked, like cleaning your belly button when you shower, but also cleaning behind your ears and behind your neck. A lot of people do forget those spots right there, and that can actually hold a smell. Even your belly button. Yes, I know most people know how to wash their body. I just want to make sure you guys are literally getting every piece of crevices. Again, when you go to hug somebody and you haven't washed behind your ears or behind your neck, it's going to give that very musty smell. And when it comes to cleaning your belly button, make sure you are actually going in there, actually inside cleaning it in the shower, not just rubbing my loofah or my rag over it. No, I like to actually get in there and clean it. But then also when I get out the shower, I like to use a Q-tip and make sure that it's nice and clean in there as well. I know some girls like to use castor oil to clean out their belly button. That's perfect as well. Just make sure you are cleaning out your belly button, your behind the ears, behind your neck, behind your knees, in between your toes. Make sure to get those areas that most people forget about, because you can be nose blind to your own smell and you can be thinking, oh my gosh, I smell really good. I've showered, I put on lotion, but there can still be a musty scent that other people are picking up when they are around you. Another tip would be moisturizing your feet. Baby girl, do not forget about those feet, okay? Yes, we are doing our skincare routine. Yes, we are using our body butter, our body oils, and we are moisturizing our whole entire body. Make sure we are getting those feet as well, because we do not want dry and crusty feet. Even if you're not wearing sandals, still make sure you are taking care of your feet. You being glowy and moisturized everywhere else and then somebody looking at your feet, that can make a huge difference. Like, okay, her toenails are chipped and her feet are dry. Like, we're not doing that. So yes, also make sure to keep your toes nice and groomed as well. But make sure they are moisturized, no crusty feet. And this one is big, especially if you're dating, because honestly, men look at your feet quicker than they look at anything else. Before they care about that makeup that you have on, girl, before they care about that weave that you have or that new manicure that you just got, they will look at your feet. And that right there can be a big turn off if they're not properly taken care of. And I don't know about you, but who wants to cuddle with somebody who has dry and scrapey and scratchy feet? As a soft feminine woman, we want to be soft from head to toe. Another hygiene tip is to start using dusting powder. It's really good for if you have thick thighs and your thighs chafe. You put the dusting powder there, it's gonna prevent your thighs from rubbing. And so now you won't have that irritation. But it's also great for my girls who sweat a lot, even be at the gym, or even if you just sweat a lot in general, that right there is gonna be a lifesaver for you. And no matter if you do sweat or you don't sweat, it helps you smell so good. And it actually helps your deodorant, your perfume, your body oil. It helps it really stick on and last longer, girl. I promise you, get you some dusting powder and you are going to love it. You are not gonna wanna never not use it ever again. And then my last tip for hygiene is to use Castile soap. Nothing gets you clean like Castile soap. If you're using Dove, Olay, Shea Moisture, Nivea, those are all great body washes, but they aren't really to clean your skin. You are using those body washes because maybe you have dry skin, or they say they'll moisturize your skin, which is great. But if you're not deep cleaning your skin first, you're just keep putting that stuff on top and then washing again with the soap. It's just like putting like a layer of film over you each time you use it. But what we really want to do is we want to be squeaky clean. I don't know if any of you babes have used African black soap, and even though it's too strong to use it on my face, when I use it on my body, it makes your skin so clean where it's like squeaky clean. I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. If you know what squeaky feeling I'm talking about when your body is so clean, let me know in the comments that like you understand what I'm talking about. That is how Castile soap gets your body. I mean, it's great for multi-purpose, but I love Dr. Bronner's, I think it's called. OMG, use that soap first, okay? Get you a Castile soap, use it first, and it's great for all skin types because it's plant-based, it's all natural, there isn't really any harmful chemicals in it, but it is going to get your body squeaky clean. And then after you use that soap, then you can go in with your Dove, with your Olay, with your Nivea, with whatever body wash that you want to use. Put that on top, and then it's going to really help your body soak in that moisture because you went in with that Castile soap first. Now your body is squeaky clean, and now whatever you put on top is really going to soak into your body. Now your body can drink up all that moisture from that Dove beauty bar, from that 24-hour moisture shea body wash. The same way that we double cleanse when we do our skincare, we should also be double cleansing in the shower. Topic number 2 is hair and skincare on a budget, because healthy hair and skin is always going to read luxury. When it comes to your hair, no matter if you have a weave-in, no matter if you have natural hair, no matter if you have curly hair, if your hair is relaxed, you want to make sure that you are moisturizing your hair very frequently. I like to moisturize my hair and my son's hair every other day, but I do know that everybody has different hair types and everybody's hair reacts differently. So find a moisturizing routine that works best for you. Hair oil is going to lock in the moisture. You want to get a hair moisturizer. They come in creams, they come in spray bottles, whatever that you prefer. You want to moisturize your hair first with a water-based moisturizer, and then if you want to use a hair oil afterwards to lock in that moisture, that's fine. You want that beautiful, luxe, healthy looking hair with that natural shine that comes from deeply moisturized hair. And on the topic of hair, also make sure that you are grooming your hair every day, brushing it. Even if your hair is not done up super nice, even if you groom it in the most simplest way, brush it, make sure it's not tangled, making sure that it's moisturized, you'll look way more put together. And it's 2025, you should be able to know how to groom your hair in some type of way. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos on how to care for your hair, how to groom your hair, even in the most simplest way, because you should be looking presentable every single day. Even if you're just going to the market, even if you're just running errands, you should not be walking outside and your hair isn't groomed. You just having your hair groomed in a nice way is automatically going to elevate your hair. And again, this doesn't matter if you are a curly girl, a natural girl, if you have 4C hair, if you have straight hair, if you are relaxed, it doesn't matter. There are simple ways to groom your hair just to make it look put together that is going to instantly elevate your look. If I could tell you to buy one skincare product that is completely non-negotiable for me, it would be sunscreen. If you don't buy nothing else, buy sunscreen. And trust me, I used to be one of those girls that didn't really take sunscreen serious, okay? I'm like, honey, I'm good. I love the sun loves me. I don't need it. Being a brown woman, I don't need it that much. You know, giving every excuse. But when I started to incorporate sunscreen into my skincare routine, my skin changed on so many different levels. We all know that it protects your skin from sun damage, but this also helps with acne. This also helps with dark marks, or even if you do get a pimple, it helps it from getting that hyperpigmentation and becoming a dark mark later. It helps with that dryness and with you aging so quick. Sunscreen really gives you that youthful glow. If you don't do nothing else for your skin, sunscreen. My skin has become so much more youthful than how it looked 3 and 4 years ago, just from me using sunscreen consistently. And after you use your body butter or your lotion, whatever it is, always remember to top it off with oil. Oil is not a moisturizer, but it does lock in that moisture, okay? If you use oil alone, then you'll be ashy within an hour all over again. But when you use lotion or a body butter and then afterwards you go in with a body oil, baby, it's gonna lock in all that moisture, okay? Your skin is gonna be super soft all day. Topic number 3, lifestyle habits that show up in your appearance. Because let's be honest, your beauty shines through how you take care of yourself internally. Coming in strong with number 1, drink water. Even if you think that you drink a lot of water, you say, oh, I drink enough water, drink some more. Most people who think that they are drinking enough water are still pretty dehydrated. Sometimes I even like to put electrolytes in my water, or I drink coconut water, stuff like that that has that natural electrolytes in it, just to give my body all the hydration it needs. Drinking water has so many benefits, but just to name a few, if you have issues with bloating or swelling, drink some water. That will help with that. If you have digestion issues, sometimes you just need to drink more water to get things flowing. If you are having skin issues, drink more water. If you are having hair issues, drink more water. A lot of times water can solve so many issues for us. Tip number 2 is to eat gut healthy foods for your skin and for your body. I know that this can vary per person. Everybody's gut is different. Pay attention to your body and to your gut. Pay attention to the foods that you eat that make you bloat, maybe that even make it hard for you to use the bathroom, that keep you backed up. Even pay attention to your skin. Some foods may cause you to break out. I know for me, if I eat too much dairy, I will start to break out, and really right here by my jawline, I will start to break out a whole bunch of bumps, and that usually comes from me eating too much dairy. My body just does not react well to that, and I've never really been like a soda drinker, so anytime where I'm like spending like a weekend out, maybe I'm at like a barbecue, maybe I spent the weekend drinking and I was mixing it with Coke or something like that, I started to break out right here. So pay attention to those signs. I'm telling you, Miss Girl, when your gut is healthy, your skin will glow. Not also that, you will feel your best. You'll be more energized. You won't be bloated, because being a girl and being bloated is the most annoying thing in the world. And I remember struggling with bloating for so long, and I could not figure out what it was, because I'm like, I'm eating salads every day, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But that's why I said pay attention to what type of foods make you bloat, because it's different for everybody. Some people can eat certain things and their body may not react the same way that yours doesn't. With me, eating too much salad, too much leafy greens will keep me bloated, especially because it's harder for the digestive system to digest raw vegetables like that. And girl, with me, I will use kale and spinach, okay? Yes, I need both of them, and I need some arugula in there too. That would keep me bloated, and that was harder for my digestive system to digest. So now I can still eat salads, but maybe I do one or the other. And also make sure you are taking your probiotics and your prebiotics. Like, this truly helps your gut. When I started taking my probiotic coconut cot yogurt, I know some people say it's a scam, it doesn't work. Let me tell you, I started taking it and it completely worked for me. I didn't change anything else in my lifestyle. Usually when I eat, sometimes I'll bloat afterwards, but ever since I started taking my probiotic yogurt every morning, even after I eat, I do not bloat, and that has been a huge game changer for me, and even my energy levels and how I feel and everything like that. So take care of your gut, and it will show in your energy, it will show in your skin, and it will also show in your look. You won't have cortisol face where your face is so swollen. You won't have a bloated stomach. Your body just won't be so swole in general. And last but not least, don't fight me on this one, Miss Girl, but cut back alcohol. I'm not saying you need to cut alcohol completely out of your life, but cut back on it a little bit. Number one is because honestly, alcohol is a straight poison to our body. That's just it. It's straight poison. There's nothing good about it. Even me at one point, I was like, oh, maybe if I just have it as a shot and not like, all those mixed drinks with all those sugars, that'll be healthier. No, it is still poison to your body. And I remember I was trying to lose weight and lose that cortisol face and that bloating, and I was just trying to get the weight off. I was doing everything right. I was going to the gym. I was eating healthier, but I was still drinking a lot of alcohol. And by me consuming that much alcohol, that was preventing me from losing the weight. Alcohol was helping that weight stick to me. Alcohol also dehydrates your body. So even if you are drinking a lot of water, but then you're drinking a lot of alcohol, now your body is still super dehydrated. I know alcohol can be so much fun. I'm just saying, cut back on it. It will make a huge difference in your life. Summer 2021 was like one of my favorite summers of my life. I had so much fun, and I was out drinking at day parties. I was at the club drinking. I was drinking quite a bit. I would have me a little nightcap, a little wine, and I was like gaining weight, but also my face has never been so bad. Like, I had so much acne, and also, not to mention, alcohol ages you. Like I said, even if you do everything else right, if you're eating right, you're walking, you're going to the gym, if you're doing everything else, but you're still over consuming alcohol, baby girl, you will look older, you will feel sluggish, you will be irritated, your skin will be breaking out, and the weight will be coming on heavy. But I didn't want to feel like that I was restricting myself, so now I do drink alcohol. I do not drink alcohol during the week at all, under no occasion, Monday through Friday. And I do like to drink on the weekend, but even if I do, my max is 2 drinks. But now that I have programmed my body to be like this, baby girl, I'll have one drink and I'll be good. Half of the time, I don't even go for the second drink. So my alcohol consumption is still very low, but every now and then I'll go for some champagne or a nice little cocktail on the weekend. And that still gives me the balance, but where it's not showing up in my skin, it's not showing up in my appearance, it's not showing up like it was before. Topic number 4 is effortless feminine details. And these are the small feminine touches that just elevate your look in the most smallest way. Starting off strong with dainty jewelry. Miss Girl, get rid of those big necklaces, all those bangles, those big earrings. Every now and then, I love me a good statement piece. I love me a good chunky bracelet. I love me a good bold gold earring. Every now and then, but not with every single outfit. For the everyday look, go with a nice dainty necklace. It doesn't have to be super expensive, baby girl, not at all. Just something short and cute, some nice gold hoops. If you guys watch my channel a lot, then you guys know I'll wear gold hoops. They're like all the same size and they're all gold, just in different shapes and different designs and stuff like that, because you can never go wrong with dainty jewelry and classic pieces. A nice little dainty bracelet, you know, like I see some girls who have like the skinny bangles, those work as well. And when you are going for those statement pieces, like those bigger bracelets, those chunky bracelets, oh, I think they're so cute. Or chunky earrings, because I love me some chunky earrings too. Don't overdo it, okay? I see some girls like they're wearing like 3 chunky bracelets. Like that's when it starts to look overly done, and that's when it's actually making you look cheaper rather than more elevated. When it comes to elevating your look, I promise you, less is actually more. Tip number 2 would be soft edges, especially coming from a girl like me. I used to do the baby hairs with the big swoops and dupes. Not saying you can't do baby hairs, but make them a little soft. Don't make them too harsh. Don't do too much. They don't have to be gelled down, like I'm talking about stuck on your face. Try doing your edges with some mousse. Hairspray works really well because you spray it with hairspray, and then after it dries, you're able to comb it out, which is going to give it that nice, soft and fluffy look. I promise you, softer and fluffy edges just make you look so much more elegant, so much more softer, so much more richer. I'm telling you, Miss Girl, all of these tips are very, very, very easy on a budget, but elevate your look without you having to do too much, without you having to spend too much at all, because feminine energy is not about the money. It's not about how much money you got. It's not about having a certain career, having a certain husband or relationship. It's about the energy that you embody. It's about having that class and that elegance. And a lot of people forget that, because you can easily be a woman who has on a dress and heels, but is still radiating masculine energy. If you truly want to know what it means to be a woman in her feminine energy, and I'm talking about really dive into becoming the most feminine, most softest version of yourself, check out my Rich and Feminine Energy Masterclass. Baby, I give you the blueprint on what it means to be a feminine woman and how to become the highest version of yourself to attract the life that you truly desire. So many girls are saying that they want to live this soft life, but they're still out here hustling. They're still out here chasing and wondering why their life isn't as soft as these other girls make it seem. And it's because you're doing it all wrong. And that's okay, because at one point, so was I and so many other clients that are in the academy. This academy is like the best feminine energy and manifestation academy you've ever seen. You've never seen nothing like it. I love it so much. I love seeing the women inside the academy completely transform their identity and transform their life. So if you really want to change your identity and become the most softest feminine version of yourself, I'll leave the link to that in the description. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Topic number 5 is movement and energy. Because looking elevated is not just about appearance, it's about how you carry yourself and the energy that you radiate. I know when I first started my feminine energy journey, I wanted to learn how to walk more feminine. I was very insecure about my walk. I wanted to have better posture as a feminine woman. And honestly, the cheat code to walking like a supermodel, do core exercises. Core exercises, I do them every morning, okay? I do not skip core exercises. Core exercises helps with the way you walk. It makes you really have that strut. Like, you ever seen a girl just strutting and I'm like, dang girl, she has a strong core, because you don't realize how much you engage your core when you walk. You need it for balance and everything else. So when you focus on your core, your walk becomes better. And especially me, because I walk and I try to run so many miles per day, It's so crazy seeing my walk change. It's literally like I'm strutting, but that's because I focused on strengthening my core. But it's also going to help with your posture, because when you are slumped over or when you have your shoulders slumped, that energy does not radiate. That does not radiate feminine energy. That just screams insecure. That doesn't say confidence at all. And it damn sure doesn't scream feminine elegance at all. And a little side tip, girl to girl, focusing on that core will turn up your sex life like never before. Trust me on that. No matter the position, when that core is strong and tight, baby, you're able to do a lot more things, leaving that man a lot more satisfied and attached to you. No, but for real, focusing on your core, it just makes you so much more magnetic, so much more confident, again, in the way you sit, in the way you walk, and in the way that you perform in the bedroom. Baby, start doing some core exercises. It's not even about the six pack. It's not even about the look. It's about having a strong core, because there are plenty of thick women who has a strong core. And all because you have a strong core doesn't mean you'll have a six pack. But work on deep core exercises and it's gonna be a game changer. Tip number 2 is to get in your daily steps. Do you know, like, even if you drink and smoke and don't eat healthy, but you walk every single day, you will live longer than the person that does eat healthy but doesn't walk every day. If you're not a gym girly, if you don't want to do Pilates, if you don't want to do anything else, get in your steps. 10K steps is the goal. Get in your steps. One, it helps your digestion. It helps with stress levels. It'll bring them down. So that cortisol face, that thick, chubby face that some girls have, it can just be from stress and stuff like that. Walking every day can slim that down, not because you're losing fat or losing weight, but just because you are lowering your stress levels. It can help with the bloating. It just helps regulate your nervous system in general. And when you regulate your nervous system, if you're not new to this channel, then you know that's when you truly become magnetic AF. Walking every day, getting in 10K steps has so many benefits. No matter what I do every single day, I make sure I walk. And last but not least, for movement and energy, is to be intimate, okay? Even if that is self-pleasure with yourself or with a partner that you truly love or that you really want to share that part of you with, being intimate does something for your feminine power. Like I said, even if it's self-pleasure, it makes you so magnetic and it releases so much stress and it releases so much endorphins and everything like that. It will have you thinking clearly. It will have you reacting less, creating more. It will have you so much more joyful and so much more magnetic. We all know that girl in the back of our head where we like, she just needs some. Like, this girl needs, why? But that's because when you're not being intimate or having that pleasure, that's actually something that can be holding you back. Literally holding you back from living your best self and becoming your most elevated and feminine and magnetic self. All right, well, that wraps up all my tips on how to be elevated and give off elegance even on a budget. None of these tips really cost too much, but these little details really change the way people experience you as a woman. If you enjoy these tips and really want more feminine and soft girl tips, then sign up for my Soft Scoop newsletter, where I send out a weekly soft girl advice and tips to keep you in your most softest feminine era. If you have any questions or you would like to add any tips on, drop it in the comments. You guys know I would love to hear from you guys. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Love you.